My earliest memories were crying in the back of my mom's car, begging her not to take me to school. The security guard eventually had to come and grab me as I was screaming to take me to class. I was 8 years old at the time. Moving to the U.S. at that age was really difficult for me. I was learning a whole new language, new environment, while also trying to learn math, social studies, all these normal subjects I should be learning. My mom did the best that she could, but not only as a single mother, but as an illegal immigrant. She tried so many different ways to help us get citizenship, but after 22 years and thousands of dollars in lawyer fees, we have yet to find a path to citizenship. Thankfully, my sister and I have DACA since it was first introduced in 2012. It helped us grow and pushed us to become better versions of ourselves. But it's still not a path to citizenship, and paying to renew it every 2 years reminds us that the only home that we know is really not our home. I didn't realize how much this affected me until about 6 years ago. I had a job that wanted to sponsor me for a green card. For those that don't know, getting an employer to sponsor you is really hard and really unheard of. There are fees that they need to pay and paperwork they need to go through, so not a lot of organizations do it. I was thankful and I really thought it was some type of miracle that this was happening, out of nowhere. Unfortunately, the organization had to dissolve, and my application was eventually canceled. To say I was heartbroken is an understatement. I was not only losing my job, losing, financial stability, but I was also losing the chance to get a green card. I eventually moved on to another job who heard my experience, my story as an immigrant, and interesting enough, after a few months, they saw how hard I was working and how much I really wanted to push myself to grow within the company, and they asked to sponsor me. And when I heard those news, I was literally in tears in front of the CEO who had shared that with me, and I was just in awe and so thankful, and I remember praying to God at what an amazing opportunity this was, not only once, but now a second time. However, it was during the initial periods of COVID, and the application took much longer than expected. After 2 years of waiting, the organization started going through some changes as well internally. There was changes in colleagues, changes in managers. It was getting pretty toxic, the work environment, and my mental health was already on the line. And I think it got to a point where I had to make the decision of doing what was best for me and my mental health at the time. And this was no longer a decision of find another job and another opportunity, but now it was a decision of leaving a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, not only for yourself, but the rest of your family who have been waiting for over 20 years. Because this, getting my green card, would eventually open up the opportunity for my mom and my sister to get a citizenship down the line. So, after many months of praying, crying, and being such a dark space, I made a decision to leave that job. Today, I am still a DACA recipient. After leaving that job and being in a very depressed state, I really had a hard time forgiving myself for the decision that I made and how it was not only affecting me, but my family. But through that, my faith in God became stronger, and I started to go to church more and just really forgive myself for that decision, and knowing that everything happens for a reason, even if it doesn't turn out to be something that we eventually prayed for so many years. I don't understand now why that happened and why I had to eventually lead to that, but I know that one day I will understand. God has been so good to me to put me in a place where I now work with other immigrants, and I share my experience with those immigrants and have seen immigrants get their green card, get their citizenship, get opportunities that I currently don't have, and I think it brings out hope that one day I will have it too.